How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse, and I'm here with our newest RW shoe tester, Grace. Today, we are going to be giving you our full shoe review on the Saucony Triumph 20. Now, the Triumph series has been a staple in my own daily training lineup for years. I've ran thousands of miles in several different iterations of this shoe, but now we've got a complete redesign, a revamp that takes a lot of those similar inspirations from earlier versions, but it gets lighter.
Yeah, I ran in the Triumph 17 and I feel like this one's pretty similar to that. I think the 18 and 19 were just a little bit firmer, and I'm kind of excited to see that it's getting softer again like it used to be.
Yeah, you know, the Triumph is known for being soft, luxurious, plush, and most of that is going to come down to the midsole. We've got that Power Run Plus design, full length, and we've got a little bit more stack than the last version, about a millimeter or so more. So it is going to feel even more protective. And again, we say Power Run Plus. We saw that introduced in the 17. We saw it in version 18 and 19, but even though it's still called Power Run Plus, it's got a complete formula change that's lighter, it's softer, it's a lower durometer that almost feels like a complete new foam. So I think you do get a very different experience while still kind of retaining that cushion design you've come to know.
Yeah, it really is very soft and just an energetic shoe, and I feel like it's very versatile as well. Like, I took it on track workouts and on fire roads and long runs, and it just worked really well for all of them.
I like that you brought up versatility, because I think while this is kind of that highly cushioned, comfortable shoe, really that reliable daily trainer, it does have that responsiveness to pick up the pace a little bit, and you're gonna have that energy return that is kind of bordering now with super foams. We're seeing the Power Run PB on the racing side, and this isn't gonna be quite the same responsiveness as Power Run PB, but it's great for that daily training and just feeling a little bit more efficient and making your easy runs feel even easier.
Yeah, I definitely put this category in daily training. Like, you can pick up the pace in it, but it's really shines more in like daily training and recovery runs. That's what I liked it for the most.
And I've gotten lots of miles on previous versions. I think one of the Triumphs, Triumph 17, I got 600 miles on. And I think the Triumph is known for its durability, and kind of seeing the outsole on version 20, it's very apparent that this is going to continue to be a shoe that you can rack up the miles. I'm at about 100-ish miles, and I'm not really seeing much wear on the shoe. What did you think about the outsole, and what do you usually look for traction in a road shoe?
Yeah, I've gone about 60 miles in them, and they've held up really well. When I look for road shoes, I'm more of a trail runner, so I like road shoes that are very versatile, and you can take them on trails if you'd want to, and they'll still hold up really nice, and this one really does that for me.
Yeah, the Triumph has a good chunk of rubber underneath the foot. You've got some flex screws that give a little bit of flexibility, but again, when you want something that can handle long miles, the rubber is going to hold up pretty well, and it might even outlive the midsole. You know, it really is something that you can just keep cranking it out. Now, finishing this shoe off, we got to talk about the upper, and the Triumph year after year is known for plush comfort, and that initial step in always feels amazing. When I got version 20 on my foot, I felt kind of that same thing I've come to know and love. It's just an amazing premium experience that just wraps my foot effortlessly.
Yeah, it was breathable and durable, and I really had no complaints with the upper at all.
One thing I will note, when I kind of brought out the 17, which was a favorite, we had to bring that out to kind of do the comparison. I did feel like the 17 was maybe a little bit more built up. It almost felt slightly more foam in the heel and in certain parts. And I think version 20 does a good job of maintaining a very premium feel, but just stripping out parts that aren't needed to help further reduce the weight. With the lighter midsole, some small changes in the outsole, and now the slightly stripped down upper, I think the Triumph does everything it can to continue to reduce weight and make the lightest Triumph to date.
Yeah, and when I saw that too, I really liked the Triumph upper, and I thought the cushion was really nice, but this one, it's still very comfortable, and I didn't really notice a difference when I was running in it.
So there you have it. That was midsole, outsole, upper, kind of the shoe from top to bottom. In my opinion, the midsole is really what makes the shoe shine and is gonna put it in a very similar category to a few shoes currently on the market. Shoes like the Nimbus, the Glycerin, the 1080, they're all gonna kind of be in very similar price points and very similar highly cushioned experience. It's not gonna be a maxed out stack. This isn't gonna be like your Bondi or a More V4. It's gonna be one step down, but still very comfortable. And I think the midsole is what's gonna distinguish this shoe over some of the competition because it just feels a little bit more energetic, a little bit more fun. And again, as they continue to reduce weight, it just further, for me, makes it a better on-foot experience.
Yeah, I think these are similar to the 1080 and the glycerin. I definitely think the Triumph is more durable, and I think also, even though it has a 10mm drop, it has a very easy transition, and I'm a heel striker, and I feel like this just works really well for my gait.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the drop because that's probably one of the #1 questions I've been hearing with the Triumph because the Triumph has been known for having an 8mm drop. Now with version 20, it has increased to 10mm. I know a lot of people think that that's too high. I will say when I got this shoe on my foot, I could not notice a difference. It felt like an 8mm. It did not feel like a very aggressive heel slant. And I think part of that has to do with the midsole being a little bit softer. So it is gonna compress more. And I think realistically, it is gonna be very in line with what the old 8mm felt like. But with that new midsole compound, they just compensated with a little bit extra heel stack. Overall, I feel like the Triumph 20 is going to be my favorite Triumph to date. I know we talked a lot about the Triumph 17 being our favorites, but kind of doing a side-by-side, I think the 20 is going to get that lean just because of that new midsole compound. It's lighter, it's more responsive, it takes a lot of those key philosophies of the Triumph, but just kind of raises it to the modern age, what you've come to expect with the new innovations in the midsole compound. I think we have a winner here with the Triumph 20.
Yeah, I really agree. I think if you like the Triumph 17, you're gonna really like this one. It's great for just daily training, long runs, and even if you wanna pick up the pace, it still works really well.
Yeah, that's kind of where it's always landed in my wheelhouse. Those daily miles, it has that extra cushioning to go longer distances. It feels good after a hard workout when your legs are a little beat up. Really, the Triumph 20 is all about luxurious comfort day in and day out. If you're looking to get the Triumph 20 on your feet, good news, it's available now. You can find it here at Running Warehouse.